Let me start all over then. Okay, so let me start from here. Okay, so when we are in structure or when we are dealing with structure, we know that we don't rise, we don't go up in a straight line directly from the top to the bottom, even if we're in an uptrend. What we see is an impulse, a pullback, an impulse, a pullback, and then an impulse. Do you understand? So if you look here, this is the last impulse. Do you understand? Possibly this is a pullback, but it's the same equal impulse. So let's use this as hypothetical. And I established to you that this to that is what we call the impulse. And then from here to here is what we call the retracement. Or people call it a cooling off or a retracement. This, so here to here, sorry, from here to there is also another impulse. How do we know that it's an impulse? We know that it's an impulse because you see this legs from here to here is longer than from there to there. Do you understand? And then we realize too that from here to here is longer than from there to there. Do you understand? Or we are going higher than the previous high. So it's an impulse. And then we retrace. Do you understand? So this is a retracement. And this is also an impulse. Technically, this is a retracement. But this is not an impulse. Do you understand? Do you know why it is not an impulse?
It's almost equal.
It's an equal high. It's an equal high, which means we do not break above the previous high. So we had, this is an impulse. So this is, we call it a higher high. Do you understand? Why? Because it is higher than this one. And then this one, we call it a lower high. Why? Because even though it is lower than this one, it is still higher than what? That one. Does it make sense? So now when price was around this area, what we were expecting is that anytime price breaks below this retracement, the retracement, okay? Let's say price started going, or it went up here, and then it came and it broke this level and it closed down here, then which means that the trend has downward has changed, okay? Yes. And when the trend changes, all we are expecting is something like a retest on the same level or maybe even higher and then continue going down. Because with the establishment of the fact that, we've broken below the retracement, we expect to continue, or it is likely that we'll continue going lower, right? Because the trend has changed on that note. Okay, now I'm going to show you what Fibonacci is. Fibonacci is a tool, yeah? And that tool, what it does is it measures the retracement. Do you understand what I'm saying? It measures the retracement and potentially be able to tell you where the next impulse is likely to end. Do you understand me? So Fib, we have an impulse. Fib measures the retracement and then potentially be able to tell you where the next impulse is about to end. Potentially. Do you understand? What I mean by potentially is that it could decide that it's going, but based on the Fib retracement, we can say, okay, because it's retracing, it is potentially going to go up here. You see, but there are things in the market which we might not let it happen. Do you understand? So for example, if you look here, there's something like a resistance. You see, price came here and it reversed. Price came here and it reversed. So even though the retracement tells us that price could go in a certain direction higher. We have these areas which can stop price. Do you understand? Because here is stop price, here is stop price. So we are talking about the potential move. Do you understand? So for example, we have this one. So this is an impulse, yeah? So Fibonacci would measure the retracement. Do you get what I'm saying? And then potentially tell you where this one will go. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So this is also an impulse. An impulse here. Right? So what Fib is going to do is Fib will tell you the retracement. It will measure the retracement and tell you where potentially it can go. So you see that here, normally, if we get a retracement, it should possibly go higher, but it didn't go higher. Do you understand? Because we had this resistance here to meet before it goes. Do you understand? So now, let me bring the Fib and explain what the Fib actually means. Okay. So let's put it here. The Fibonacci tool is this one. You can find it. You see when you go to the menu, can you see the menu on the side left here?
Yeah.
When you go there, you can find the Fibonacci retracement, right? We're talking about the retracement. So when you select that one, you know you can star your thing, then it becomes part of your menu. Do you understand? So you could see that mine is start, so it's part of my menu. So you can either select it, sorry. You can either select at the top, or you can add it to your menu and select it from your menu. Now, when you open a Fibonacci tool, it doesn't look like how this looks. Do you get what I'm saying? Normally there's a background, like, let me show you. There's the background? There's a background, something like this. This is sometimes how it looks. But you have to go and edit it. To edit it, you just double click the Fibonacci and then you go in and untick the background. So it doesn't give you a background, but it will still give you these lines and stuff like that. Okay, so when we go into editing it, and I'll show you how to edit it, there are some specific numbers that we use, right? And these specific numbers tells us what is likely to happen. So for example, imagine that we are in an impulse. Let me take this off and explain it, the structure. Imagine that we are in an impulse like this, okay? And then we retrace here. Do you understand? And we are going to continue. Do you understand? According to Fibonacci, that's the general rule. We can retrace on any one of these numbers. We can retrace on, I'll show you. So according to our impulse starts from 1. You see this number 1. Yeah? That is 100%, 100% to 0. So that is the impulse. To measure the impulse, you have to stretch the 1 to 0. That's the measurement of the impulse. And the Fibonacci will measure the retracement. It tells you that when we are coming down, we might come on any of these measures. Do you understand? Any of these lines. And any of these means that we can come onto the 0.23. And the 0.23, which means based on the length of here, which is 1 to 0, 1 to 0, this one is 100%. Okay. And when we are coming back, we can come for the whole of this 100%. The retracement can come back to any of this. It can come to 0.23. Do you understand? Which is about 23% retracing, coming back on itself, which means the measure this. Or it can come to the 0.38, which is about coming down to retracing on at 38%. Or it can come down to the 50%. Or it can come down to the 61.8%. Or it can even come down to the 78.6%. Or come down to 88.6%. Or come down even to this one. You get what I'm saying? To the 100%, which means 100%, we call it a double bottom. So I'll explain that to you in a second. All right. So, but the rule is simple. What the rule says is that when we impulse, let's say we've measured an impulse, and we come to the 0.28, or we come to any level above the 50, generally, okay? Any level above the 50, so 50 and above, to get it. It means that we are likely to end on the -27, okay? The -27, we call it a Fibonacci extension, okay? What I mean is the real Fibonacci retracement, this one tells you the retracement area, which means when we have an impulse and the coming back or the cooling off, the retracement, this measures the retracement. But from there, going up, it is a new impulse. So this will measure the new impulse and it will tell you where the new impulse is likely to end. Do you understand? Based on how far back we've pulled. So we pulled back, and we are saying that generally what the Fibonacci concept says is that if you pull back anywhere on the 50 or around the 50 area and above, then you are likely to end up on the what? 0.27 in that vicinity. Do you understand? If you pull your Fibonacci, an impulse from here to there, an impulse from here to there, and you end anywhere below the 50, but it must be on or below the 618. So if you come here, so I'll give you those exceptions in a minute. We come on the 618 or below, do you understand? Then you're likely to end up on the what? -618 extension. Do you understand? Which means your new impulse will go up there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, for example, if you pull a fib and you see that the retracement is beyond the 618, that one too will take you up there. Likely. You understand? So if you pulled your Fibonacci from here and you've come onto this one, 078, it will take you up there. Do you understand? However, for the 078 and the double bottoms, it doesn't take you. Can you hear me?
086.
086, yeah. It doesn't take you boom straight there. You can come and do something like this and do something like this. Eventually, then it will end there. Do you understand? Yeah, and that also sometimes happens with the double bottoms as well. You know what I mean? But it would eventually, we expect it eventually to end there. So to simplify this rule, we can just say that anything below, touching this all the way below here, anything below here, we can end on the -618 extension 618 extension, or let's do it -618. Do you understand? It's actually -0.618. 0.618. Okay. And anything above here, which means not hitting the 60, so in the vicinity of this area and up. Do you understand? Let's do it. This. We are looking to end on the -27. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what I want you to do now is I want you to edit your Fib. So share with me, and I'll let you edit your Fibonacci. But I'll show you the numbers you're going to put in the Fibonacci first. Then take a picture, a screenshot, and then you know the numbers you're going to put in it. And I'll show you how to do it. And then from there, I'll show you how to pull the Fib. And then you go and continue with your structure. But as you continue with your structure, if you like the structure, if you're even able to do 1 or 2 pairs, and you have like 5-10 minutes, call me, then we'll do it. Do you understand me? Don't do everything at the same time before you submit it. It's a burden on you, and it will also be a burden on me when I have to mark a bulk assignment. Normally, they will tell you to do it over a week, all the assignments over a week. But I want you to just, as you get time, it could be even over 3 days. We can do maybe 2-3 pairs. So any pairs you do, if you do 1 and you have the time, just call me and then we just mark it. But what I'm saying is that Fibonacci, we are looking for these ones. So just take a picture of something, and then I'll walk you through it. All right.
Okay, so Onake, in her introduction, Obanyo stopped recording.
Okay. No, it's fine. Let's talk. It's okay. You say what you want.
Okay, in her introductory part of the course, she gave the figures for the editing.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna give you. Have you done it on your?
Yes, so
You've done it on yours. So share your screen and let me see them. Please.
Okay.
So yours has got the background. So what I'll show you to do is go into something like the daily chart. 1 minute. Yeah, so you have a blank area. Move it to the blank area to the right. Move your chart to the right, a blank area like that. And then pull your Fib on the blank area. And you know we can pull the Fib also from the bottom up. So do you want the background shaded in it, or you don't want the background?
I don't want it.
So double click anyway. So you can go into the editing. So you know where to go to about it. Scroll to the way to above. Keep scrolling. So you can see background is ticked. One second. Boom. And then the background. So now go up, scroll up. Imagine you want to change the line color of so we start from 0. You have 0, 2, 3. Okay, so you're going side, which is fine. Wait. So imagine you want to change the color, the line color of the 0. Yeah. Well, so you go into the black area, click that one, and then you select the color you want. Do you understand? So you can edit it based on how you want it. Do you understand me?
Okay.
If you want any line color you want to change, you can just change it. Now go up, scroll up. So is that the top you have? Go up. All right, that's fine. And then one of the things I do is normally I'll edit my Fibonacci and then I can save it different templates. Do you understand? So for example, I can save different templates. So for example, go to templates. Okay, first come out of this. Just come out of this, please. Just come out of this. Okay, just okay. Boom. Okay, so you see how your Fibonacci looks now. Imagine that we want to save this such that we will use it for particular time frame. Do you understand? So go and double click it, and then I'll show you how to save that first.
Double click this.
Double click that. We're going back into the editing. So now go to template.
Template.
You see template is our bottom. Go down.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Click. And then click Save As. So you can give it a name. So call it maybe something one or something.
Okay.
Fib 1. Okay, and save it. Now close. Okay it. And then close it. Close the fib. Right click. Or just click it. Just click once. You should see the bin. You see the bin here, or you can right click it and delete. You see the bin here. Let me annotate. Okay. So you see that previous one which is there.
Yeah.
Pull it to the right. Yeah, pull it to the right. Now expand it. Put it on the dot and expand it. So now let's double click this and go to template. And save it as, save as.
I've not worked on the background.
No worries, just don't worry about that. That's fine. I just want to show you something. Save it as Fib 2. Fib 2, and then save. So imagine you want to have different looks of your fib and then change it. So okay, just okay. Now close this fib. You go into this one and then close it. So wait, I'll show you something. Don't do anything now. Just wait. I'll show you something. You realize that whenever you've highlighted something, you have the options. You see here. You see this panel over here. Yeah, that panel is the menu panel that you can use, or you can double click. So if you click on this bin, it would delete it. See the bin. So click on that bin. Let's see. Boom, you just deleted it. Now, let's say pull a fib, just pull a fib, any fib at all. Yeah, so you see you have the old one, the fib one that you saved. Double click it and you see that, or maybe you don't want this look, you want the other look, the template that you've saved. Double click it. Go into templates. And then select fib 2. You see automatically, okay. You see automatically change into the other fib.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so what I do now, let me share my screen and show you what I do, and then I can leave you there.
Okay.
So what I do is simple. For my major fibs, and it's just a choice, it's not really like hard and fast. For my major fibs, I have a template. My major fibs, which means fibs on the 4 hour, I have a different template. So if you can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So major fib, I have a template to say major fib, fib major. And you see how my major fib looks.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if I'm on a minor fib, I can just use fib minor. So fib minor, boom. And then it changes the color. Because I've got the templates, I edited, I saved it as template. So I can maneuver between. And you can do that for anything. Do you understand?
Okay.
So let's say we have zones. You are not at zones yet, right? Let's say we have a zone, which we use a box for, and I want to use it as a 1 hour zone. 1 hour zones are blue. Boom. Then I change it because I've done the templates already. Imagine I want to change this to maybe my 4 hour zone. I've saved it already. Boom. It turns into the color that I've saved already. So it makes life easy. So you can do it for any of the these things that we use. 15-minute zone, boom. Then it changes to purple. But as we get there, I'm just giving you a background. But I'm using the fib to just give you an idea what we can normally do with it. thing. So fine. So what you have to do is just with these things that you have to do. All you're concentrating generally is the 30 minutes. This thing 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever, 8 or whatever to do. Tackle it 2 or 3 at a time. But for the thing to reinforce structure there, the more you do, the better. So if you like, if you feel comfortable, just start the whole assignment again, right? But I believe that to start the whole assignment, it wouldn't take too much time, would it?
No.
Because would not almost structure, you'd be surprised. I never even believed it until I started trading. Because structure will determine how you pull your fib, it will determine how you draw your trend lines, it will determine how you draw your zones. You know what I mean? So I was starting like a process, but I want you to just do it piecemeal. Do you understand? The bon wa fe you call it. Many metan wa going to
Around 2.
around 2. No, no oba. Or even if you can do 1 or 2 this morning before you go, call back, a wall review. Then you continue 1 or 2, call back, wall review. I want us to do that. And then from there, we move straight to the next assignment. Because what the next assignment, you still see structure. But once you got the structure, you got it. Yeah, so Fibonacci 2, allow 3. Okay, when you can, we review. Continue 2 or 3. No, over this weekend, Poland, okay, so target no bifena.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Then we revise. So from there, because let me show you this quickly before I leave you. That's the last thing we're gonna do. So it's just assignment. Well, no assignment telling just one number question 2 first question 1 foundation, question 2 structure, okay, 3 right. On a 1 and a foundation, 2 structure, Bona 3 Fibonacci. Fibonacci no introduce both 2 they understand. No, okay, 4 or about no good to more trend lines. You see, trend lines can be very easy, but if you know Fibonacci, main 3, and those are the major things. We could go about trend lines. So I feel trend line break and retest, but I'll show you. It's so simple. We go about no good to more. This thing go about assignment 4. We have 3 things there. We have something we call divergence. We have trend line break and retest, and then we have what we call zones. One will be an 5 entries on Fibs on Fibonacci. Fibonacci and we said no one channel we're not going to watch all seeing it right now, money. It's a combination of Fibonacci, structure, trend line break, and retest. From the Ogbina. Do you understand? No, structure is most important. Come up with structure now. You see that the others say make a break and retest the zones, and you have a little bit of a challenge, but that's it. Come up with now, then now we'll take you, I'll expose you to the mentorship course here. That is any nomie. People were asking questions. They've done the course, but they are still finding challenges on the chart. And then now you build up. From there, even that one's a Cogbe and then just straight, you can start trading. Cogbe, just the assignments and Wabaya no kutumo marking the chart. Can chombo marking the chart now you can start trading. Okay, you follow with the mentee calls here. Then you are mastering, you are fine-tuning your trades. Oh no. Okay. Or just do it small, and then we'll break things up. Okay.
Well, can't they I'll see how the situation would be. Maybe
the situation is no rush. Call Bapola and 2 power on your face. Can even 1 power fable. And when I talk 30 minutes, okay, or text me, okay, we should review it. Or you've sent it to me, I can review it. If there's a problem, I'll get you. If there's no problem, I'll tell you it's good. But don't stop. I can show me for feedback before you continue the rest.
Okay. Well, fine. Should I do it the major time frame, 30 minutes?
Do everything like as normal. Because the more you do structure, the better.
1, 30, 15.
No, don't do 15, just for 130.
Okay.
Yeah, for 130. No, of course,
Okay.
we'll call for, we know that we're on the 4 hour. We'll find something like 4 or 3 trends. No, bolake 4, kolake kulo trend there. We call on top 3 trends based on noni uchate banya allow. So here, something like here, or even here. In a 4, no, bolake black line. Boom. Cosmo, wanyo ke pivot safitai. Ke osmo. Bona, Cosmo, forget no. You don't need to. Do you understand? So don't ignore it for now. When we come to the movement of structure, that's why we use it. Or 4, you go back. 1. As usual. Bona, 1, or now like clear. No, for you to even know where it ended over, just be from here to there, to there, to there, to there. But it was a lower low retracement, so I can buy break key below it.
Yeah.
But to there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. When I know uptrend there, simple. Okay, over downtrend there, downtrend there. On anybody if you will lower low in the trend, but you just ignore it. Okay, over some